Hello everybody, Torgigit here, and I am here today with some ways to improve your Minecraft house. So the very first thing I'm just going to show you is this. Yeah, this is not what a Minecraft house could look like. So many things wrong with it. I'm going to go over a few of them today. Now what I've done over here is I've built a house that I feel demonstrates properties that you could use when building Minecraft house easily, and basic interior on here. This video will not be focusing on the interior, that should hopefully be coming out later. So the very first thing I'm going to talk about in this video is the framing. As you can see, this wall is very bland. So when you come over to this wall, what I like to do is I like to, on large houses, take a log and place it one block diagonally to it. Other materials will work, but for this particular palette, log, in my opinion, definitely works the best. On smaller houses, you may want to put the log in line with the cobblestone or wood or whatever it is you are using. But on other houses, you see it just doesn't add that depth. On here, if you have a tall house, you want to divide it into 2 floors most of the time. I do that by adding a horizontal pillar of log, just sort of placing it along. If it's not quite even, that doesn't really matter, you can fix that up. You can hide it, disguise it, or you can just leave it be. That doesn't look horrible. Next thing we're going to talk about is the roof. So a lot of people, they have roofs that look like this. Now obviously, because this house is mostly just world edit, it's a bit screwed up. But you see this shape, you see it's not coming out. So once again, to add depth, that's what most of the problems people have with their houses pertain to, is just bring it out one stair both ways. So bring it out one stair to the side of the log and bring it out one stair to the front. Obviously if you're not using stairs, you just bring out the roof one block. And you can see this part from this perspective looks a lot better than that part. That part is very flat. This shape does not look good for specifically rustic houses. So what I like to do, I like to use varieties of slabs and stairs. You can make all sorts of shapes. And as you can sort of see on this house over here, I've got 2 different roof shapes. I've got this slow slabbing one, where it's not a steep incline, and then we've got this very steep one. This works for things like clock towers or rustic houses. Okay, next thing we're going to be talking about is detailing. I'm not going to get too in depth in this because this is really just you. Honestly, there's not much I can say about it. But what I will say, when possible, it's almost always best to use glass panes instead of glass, because once again, it has to do with that depth. Also, make sure that you are using blocks that are similar to the blocks that you have used on the rest of your house when you are detailing. So spruce, as you can see, has a similar color to the oak log. Fences, nice wood color. You can use types of cobblestone. I don't really prefer putting cobblestone on cobblestone. What I've seen some people do is actually come into their wall, if they want it to look really run down, bring in things like andesite, stone bricks, normal smooth stone, anything they want. And final thing I'm going to talk about here is the path leading up to your house. So obviously this isn't going to be there on every house, but I've seen so many problems with it. So as you can see, here is a very complex path using a variety of blocks. My personal favorite path is dirt or coarse dirt, gravel, and cobblestone. But you can throw in things like podzol, throw in things, even types of wood, materials from your house. And if you want your path to look really overgrown, you can add leaves on the side. You can have things like this. This doesn't make it look too much like a path, it sort of hides it if you're trying to make it look really run down. And here's just a few different ideas. Obviously this one's a bit neat. What I would personally do is sort of come in here with some grass, just sort of rough it up a bit. And I always like to use more than one material, because if you just do straight stone path, it looks very bland. Not a lot of depth to it, not a lot of texture. Different types of wood work for path. And obviously putting gardens on your house using flowers, and that helps it transition into nature. Flower pots, always a nice touch, because it just adds that color. And lighting for the house, make sure it's consistent lighting all the way around. Make sure there's not one spot that has about no torches and one spot that has like 50. Don't do that. And those are my few ways to improve your Minecraft house. So see you guys later, if I can figure out how to stop this recording.